getting smoke. Look how I rose up from the dust. Phoenix and exile, look below. Came a long way, I ain't done, no. Yeah.
Hey peeps, welcome back to episode 3 Pathfinder Apex Legends Guide. So today we're going to be going over Pathfinder, and I used to play him a ton before the first season came out, season 1 and a little bit of season 2. Then I wanted to change Legends, discover other preferences, and that's when I found Caustic. That's who I really enjoy having a good time playing. You can also have a lot of fun playing with Pathfinder. He's a very fun character. Tip number 1. You can use the same survey beacons more than once. So for example, you go up to one. A lot of people actually didn't know about this till like the beginning of season 2 because it would disappear on the map once you would use it, but you can actually use it again, which is very useful. In this season, for season 4, they actually didn't get rid of the beacon once you used it. So for example, you can go up to a beacon, use it, see where the circle is, and then wait for the circle to close again, and then you'll be able to use it again. So it's very helpful to get that super high precision on where the circle is going to end up, especially if you got a beacon within the last like 2 or 3 circles. It's extremely helpful. Tip number 2, use his ultimate whenever you get it because of the fast charge rate. So it's more likely you're going to use that to get positioning or get away from somewhere. So if you kind of are camping out or you have your ultimate ready, I would just lay it down and then wait for the recharge, because by the time it recharges, you will either be wanting to move or get out of dodge. Tip number 3, sometimes you can bait players by putting a zipline almost vertical to your high ground. So basically, let's say we go to Capital City and you have that like 6-story building with a whole bunch of entrances and there's 2 zip lines on the end. If you put a zipline from the very top of the high ground almost directly down, like maybe a 20 degrees angle down, players will go up that zip line, but they can't do that jumping tactic where they're jumping up in the air and it's hard to hit, because if they jump, they're just going to fall. So when they're doing that, it makes them an easy target when they're coming up the zip line. Tip number 4, if you're Pathfinder, don't push high ground by yourself if your teammates can't get there at all or as easily. So if you don't even have like your ultimate ability ready and you go and push that high ground, your teammates can't support you. So you're basically going into a 1v3. Even though you get the element of surprise and you get that high ground with the other teammates, if they're not in your line of sight, then it's a 1v3. So try to either stay in their line of sight if you push high ground, or make sure you have an ultimate ready so you can either use that before you jump or after you get that high ground to zip him back down. Tip number 5 with Pathfinder, with his tactical, bait people to follow you off a building, and then use your zip to retake the high ground. So for example, somebody's chasing you, you're a little bit low on health, you fall off, he's gonna be like, oh, he's low, he's gonna jump off too, but then you swing around, use your grapple, and get up on top of the high ground, and then you can either heal or you can shoot him back, because now you have the advantage. Tip number 6, use zip lines and other zip lines that you set to drop off the zip line and then grapple back onto it. You can use this for momentum, for example. So let's say, or people are shooting at you. If you're going straight from point A to point B on a zip line, people can target you, especially even if nowadays if you're doing the jumping, people can still kind of hit you. So what you want to do is you want to change it up. So you drop from it and then you'll use your grapple, and then you'll zip line back up to it, and it'll save you from getting melted. Tip number 7, if you have an accelerant, place 2 zip lines next to each other so that when you push, you can zip from one to another. So jump left and right and up and down. You're basically going to be like unpredictable on where you're going to be able to hit. So if you have an ultimate accelerant, like let's say as soon as you get to a spot where you want to chill for a bit, use that ultimate. For a zip line, use another accelerant, wait for that to come, and then you can put it right next to the other zip line, so that way you can get out of dodge pretty easily. Tip 8, Pathfinder is all about finding momentum. There's a lot of guides that go in depth for maximum distance. So basically when you're sliding or when you grapple somewhere, just try and jump, and then it'll give you extra boost. And then, like I said, there's a ton of guides where it goes more in depth, like the direction you want to kind of move your controller or your mouse. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. This was episode 3, Pathfinder, how to be more effective with him. If you liked it, please share and comment down below who's your favorite legend. Make sure you share and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing.